Beautiful am I, bountiful am I, blissful am I, Waheguru. Beautiful am I, bountiful am I, blissful am I.
Welcome to Spirit Voyages vlog series. We're Aykanna.
And we're goofy. The Enlightened Mind. This is the Enlightened Mind.
Flowing with the current, allowing the inspiration to come in. And this month we're going to talk about the keys to an enlightened mind.
Finally.
Yeah, we need that. We're going to talk about the mind from a yogic perspective overall in this video. And the following videos will be specifically about meditations to help us in each aspect of the mind. So before we get into it, as we do in Kundalini Yoga, let's tune in with Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, bowing to the divine teacher within and also acknowledging those that have gone before us that allows us to enjoy and experience these sacred teachings. Closing the eyes, pressing the palms together, thumbs into the sternum. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. Hold that breath. Feel the stillness. Exhale.
So what are the three minds? So in Kundalini Yoga, we're looking at the human being as 10 bodies. And the three minds fit into that, into the second, the third, and the fourth bodies. Those are the mental bodies, the mental three bodies of the 10 bodies. There's one physical body, 3 mental bodies, 6 energetic bodies, okay? So the second body is the negative mind. And the negative mind is that reactive, protective mind. It's the one that's like, don't cross the road, there's a car coming. It's very needed, the negative mind. The third body is the positive mind. It's the constructive mind, the seeking fulfillment and pleasure and possibilities. So that's also very much needed in balance, right? And then the fourth body is the neutral mind. And that one is assessing and reflecting and really allowed to display the uniqueness of the soul.
So when these bodies, really, these minds, these three minds, are fully activated and in balance, this is what begins to give rise to the enlightened mind. Because the mind is intended to be a servant to the soul, to the Atma. And when the mind is allowed to come into balance within all of its aspects, then that's when you begin to experience this flexibility and flow, where the intuition comes and initiates the actions that give rise to the creative power that is connected to what your soul has to communicate into this realm through you. That brings a real deep, deep sense of being a master of oneself. And that's where, we do these meditations and we do this work so that we can have a connection to that intelligence that's already flowing within us. Being connected to our soul is like being connected to the master. That's the master of us. I just was reading, Yogi Bhajan was saying, don't seek out the master, be the master. Right? So when you're doing this work to connect with your soul, allow the mind to be that servant, you start experiencing the master, because the soul has all the information for you so that you can master these other aspects of living, because there is that physical aspect of life, the things that we experience that cause us to have other thoughts, these experiences that are not quite a part of reality, because in our experience they're part of other people's reality, like what we experience from our parents, what we experience in relationships, what we experience as a teenager. These sometimes traumatic events that take place that causes us to accumulate these other thought patterns, as simple as watching other TV programs when we're young and impressionable. These other thoughts come into the mind and they create this disturbance, and that disturbance can begin to generate a inaccurate way of accessing thoughts. So now we're not accessing the thoughts that flow from the master, from our soul. We're accessing these thoughts that come from the accumulation of information that's not quite accurate. It's just based off other people's interpretation of life.
And as a yogi, I have found, a little personal story, it is so valuable to understand the three minds. Yogi Bhajan more in depth, when you go into level 2 mind and meditation, the mind is broken down into 81 facets. The mind is extremely complicated thing that we are integrating with in this human experience, and it's so valuable to really understand, because it sheds light on the things that sometimes really mystify us through life. Like the patterns, like Akka said, that we pick up as a child from our parents, and then we think it is who we are. We start to identify with that negativity or that habit or that addiction without realizing it's just an ingrained groove, an ingrained pattern that through meditation, which is reflecting with the soul, which is clearing the subconscious negativity, which is really working through those negative patternings, we can release those and we can balance the three minds. So our intention with this series is to help you understand how to balance the three minds. Because when you balance the three minds, like Akka says, the uniqueness of the soul and the radiance of a human being shines through. And we're not caught up in the negative and the positive, the highs and lows. We're much more assertive and focused and able to evaluate the pros and cons of the negative and positive mind. That's what the neutral mind is. And a little personal story, I know that when I'm not doing my sadhana on a consistent basis, I become a slave to my patterns, my negative patterns, and the things that I've grown up with or that I took on, and because I'm not clearing them every day. And I find that when I have a strong sadhana, I'm much more in neutral mind. I'm much less reactive to the daily going-ons of life.
And that's exactly where it's at. You have your personal experience, and your sadhana, these practices, help you put the pause button on the flow of these thoughts that are coming from different experiences, allowing you to, instead of react, be the observer, be aware, and really access that neutral mind, which can weigh the negative aspects, can weigh the positive aspects. And in balance, then you have that enlightened mind, which can respond from the soul. So let's get ready to dive into this experience.
So we're going to do a meditation to enrich the mind. We're going to be working with the mantra Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Pavan Guru Waheguru Waheguru Pavan Guru, and you can see the translation below. The right hand is going to be facing up. You're at the rib cage, right? So you're level at the heart center, the chest, the heart is open, the left hand is facing down, left palm facing down, right palm facing up. The eyes are simply closed, and you're going to use the tip of the tongue distinctively as we chant. We're going to go for 3 minutes today, but it's recommended to go for 31 minutes. You can find a great version to work on this mantra on Spirit Voyage. So close the eyes and let us begin. Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru. Last time. Pavana 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 Para Para Pavan Guru Vaheguru Vaheguru Pavan Guru. Deep inhale. Hold the breath. Focus on the hands. Bring the hands together and exhale. Inhale deeply in the original posture again. Squeeze and stretch the spine upwards. Stretch the spine upwards. Focus. Powerfully exhale. One more time, inhale deeply. Stretch the spine totally, keep the chin in and the chest out. Exhale out the mouth powerfully. And relax. And just feel the enrichment of the mind, even after 3 minutes. Acknowledging the prana, the life force, the air, the infinity and beyond the infinity. The air is the guru. The air is the guru. Wa The Guru is beyond description. The Guru is wonderful. The air is the Guru. So we'll see you next week for the negative mind. We lost
mind
Akka
was
for a minute.
enlightened. Well, enlightened mind.
So we'll see you next week for the negative mind. Look forward to being with you again. It's always such a pleasure.
Sat Nam.
Sat Nam.